kere, mamuona kere nai. Anno pura meso, anno pura tebe, anno kaya, anno.
28 August 2022, and today I'm joined by my usual guest on Sundays, Mr. Tinashe Jonasi. How are you, sir?
As usual, you know, it's always a VVIP to be an invitation from the premium media, platform in Zimbabwe.
Fantastic. And today we're going to have a very, very quick shoot. This is with regards to what has happened to the CCC. They lost in Gokwe Kabuyuni this weekend in the by-election. ZANU-PF had over 10,000 votes and the CCC had approximately 4,600 votes. The final results are going to come from ZEC, but there's been tallying done by the political parties, and these are the agreed numbers. What is your view on this outcome of the Gokwe by-election?
First, I think it's clear from the results that the ZANU-PF is the most popular political brand in Zimbabwe, and secondly, by virtue of being in the ruling party, it confirms that. And I think the other thing is the developmental revolution, the project, the building of dams, roads, clinics. I mean, when you are changing lifestyles of people, people, they pay you back, they respect, and they vote for you. And yeah, in short, I can say people are still having confidence with the projects that are being done on the ground.
Okay, let's look at the quality of the candidates. What would you say about the quality of the candidates? Was the ZANU-PF candidate a miner and a business person at an advantage compared to the CCC candidate who was unknown and a villager?
First, the results confirms the victory of ground politics versus the social media politics. People, especially in the rural areas, they understand the difference. Social media is not that much, and they value reality over fantasy. And then the other thing is, when a party is structureless, no ideology, no constitution, it's, believe me, the whole party is put on the face of Nelson Chamisa, on the face of an individual. And unfortunately, Chamisa was not a candidate. The faceless candidate, people, they can't vote for a ghost. It's good when they do ghost the accounts on social media, but you can't do a ghost on real elections. I think they should stop this ghosting.
Ghosting. Okay, let's go to the issue of real ghosts.
Yeah,
they're saying, in fact, I saw Fazema saying there was 1,400 assisted voters.
Yeah,
Chamisa himself made a press conference saying there was violence. Are these real complaints?
Okay. We know the by-elections which were carried out early this year, and the CCC got the majority of the by-elections, and there was never a complaint. So they are so amazing, because when they lose, the election is not free and fair. When they win the election, Zeki is professional. When they lose, Zeki is rigging. I think it's pathetic. That is pathetic, and they need to grow up.
Okay, so what do we do to improve this situation? Because 2023 is coming.
Yeah,
we don't want people to come back and say, there was violence, there was assistance voters. How do you solve such a problem so that these elections, when someone loses, they accept?
Okay.
Yeah.
First, you can't solve that, because the same people, when they win, they accept. When they lose, they complain. It's not about it's not a problem in our electoral management systems. It's a problem of the character of the people. When people report to somewhere, when you have got political handlers, no matter what you see on the ground, if your handlers reject it, you have got to come up with narratives. So our opposition is depending on the narratives to suit an agenda that is false, that is hidden. Then on violence, I want to comment on violence. What is the solution? Our counterparts have canvassed for biting sanctions to make our economy screaming. I think their past actions are now coming back to haunt them because people are angry. They understand Zimbabweans are politically very, very, very literate, and they know who are the authors of their current problems. And when people are angry, they can express their anger they can vent their anger in different ways. We don't as a country, and we don't condone violence, but I think it's a way these guys must account to people. The gesture, the sanctions, the tarnishing of the image. Look at the official spokesperson of CCC, Hopo Chimono, is going all over talking bad about the country when such so-called democracies like America and the UK, you don't have citizens like that. Look at this Julian Assange, how he is treated with America for WikiLeaks, but in Zimbabwe they say we persecute people when America is known to persecute more. So I think as a country we need the PVO and the Patriotic Act laws now to put these morons into shape and into order.
Okay, the Patriotic Bill is under work. Next week, we are going to look at it, at what has been happening there.
Yeah.
The Electoral Reforms Bill is being worked on. I'm going to be talking to Senator Kalipani Pugeni on Saturday about this bill. If you have got the Sunday Mail, this is the story there, one of the leading stories. There are electoral reforms right now that have been put in place. Let us conclude. In 2023, given what is happening, CCC is winning the by-elections in the cities with lower numbers. ZANU-PF with the very high numbers. In the rural areas, ZANU-PF is getting very, very high numbers. CCC is getting low numbers. What do you see as the outcome? What do you predict there? What is going to happen?
According to statistics, more than 70% of Zimbabwean voters are based in the rural areas. And the reason why ZANU-PF has been winning elections and is the ruling party, it's because their constituencies have got more numbers of voters. And the developments which are happening in the cities, right now load shedding is improving so much. And either by the end of the year or early next year, there won't be load shedding. Zimbabwe will be producing enough electricity and even exporting. And because because of the satellite ZimSat program to launch it, data would be cheaper, and the industries are being revived. The manise, the oil and gas rigging in Mzarabani. There's so much that is happening that, to me, in Zimbabwe we have a one-party state, ZANU-PF, because when you are outperforming your opponents, you end up competing against yourself.
Okay, fantastic. And I want to add that the mining sector here, the construction sector, in terms of residential and mining, I'm reading the newspaper now, there's 15 billion worth of mining projects, besides the gas project that we've talked about. There's a lot of investment taking place in this country. And I'm quite excited to see what will happen in 2023, given that the CCC is a person, is one person.
Yeah.
And they do not have strong candidates in there. So what happens is, like in the case of where CCC is winning, the actual candidate there is not someone that you can say is adding value to the community. I was looking at the Gokwe Kabuyuni candidate.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of work in the community. He's got the capacity. And ZANU-PF has been doing so. You've got multimillionaires in ZANU-PF as candidates. I find it very interesting, and I agree with what you say exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonasi, for joining me. And as you can see, we're together. I visited you this time in Harare. I spent the whole week here, and it's been very, very exciting. I'll be back in Johannesburg in my usual studio. Is there anything else you want to say before we close? Yeah, no, I just want to say, I just want to advise Triple C, aka Nelson Chamisa, that this politics of grandstanding is not working, my brother. I think I've got your 2 numbers. I will call you tomorrow so that I officially recruit you to join ZANU-PF. Being a president, it's a reward. Now I realized becoming a president of Zimbabwe, it's a reward. It's an honor you are given by citizens of Zimbabwe. It's not a personal plan and ambition. You don't write in your diary that next year I want to be president of Zimbabwe. You are honored. Look at, emulate Comrade Emerson Mnangagwa. How many years he served under President, the former president, may his soul rest in peace, Robert Mugabe. He was a loyal servant for so many years. And you just want to be a president. And remember, I'm more courageous than you. So I'll call you tomorrow, Nelson Chamisa, to formally recruit you into ZANU-PF. Thank you. I don't think Chamisa can go into ZANU-PF. I don't think ZANU-PF needs presidents. I think they need more people on the ground, which is why we're saying ZANU-PF is doing a great job in mobilizing on the ground instead of on social media. I agree with you, Mr. Jonasi. And thank you to everyone who is watching. We'll be back again next week. And as I said, we want to talk about the patriotic bill. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonasi. Thank you for the invitation. All right. It's been a long time. Sure.